Hey guys, it's Drac and I'm here with the BOOMco Twisted Spinner. Now, this is the one that I'm really excited for. It's not overly gimmicky, it's not an air blaster, it's just a simple revolver with slamfire technology, slamfire, of course, being the Nerf term for it, but they're using rapid fire. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the packaging. It looks like it's also got the tack rails that are pretty ubiquitous in airsoft and Nerf and everything, and it looks like it's going to be a neat blaster. I must be missing one, sure enough. It's got an 8-round barrel up front, and it looks like it also shares the kind of gimmicky pop-open shield, like whether or not you have a shield is going to be determined by how quickly you can press this button. And this is one of the better ones. I like it more than the flagship shield. They're pretty eerily similar, but fortunately for everyone who values performance over gimmicks, it looks like the shield is removable. You can just slide it off. We're going to go ahead and do that. The blaster, perhaps the blaster primes down instead of straight back, which is interesting, and it does not have a trigger, so I'm immediately less interested in this blaster because of that lack of trigger, but it looks like it's firing and cycling on the return, which is interesting. I will go ahead and load it up. So each one of these has like an air blast that comes inside and propels it through the straw, so it's very interesting technology. I wish I could see like a Nerf equivalent so that I could really compare, because it's just so different than the way that Nerf puts a dart post in and has foam and the weight is more evenly distributed. But it's very interesting technology. If you guys are upset that I keep referencing Nerf, it's just the only analog I have for these blasters. There's nothing else quite like straw suction-y darts out there, so I'm kind of referencing throwback Nerf guns every time I try and test them out. Let me remove these real quick from my last test. And we can go ahead and fire from a seated position. So it's going to be difficult to aim using both hands and kind of this ratcheting system. So I would not recommend buying this blaster, which is very upsetting because it's the one that I had the highest hopes for. It's a real chore to aim the blaster while trying to keep it consistent while priming down. Maybe if it was a direct inline prime, it would be better, but priming down forces you to pull your blaster down, and then keeping it steady means that when you do eventually get your pop, which is the firing mechanism, you tilt up a little bit. I'll load a couple more darts. Which way is it rotating? Okay. Looks like it's doing way more rotating than it needs to. But oh yeah. It rotates a full section through before it gets to. Very strange. Alright, and I'll fire a couple into the horizon here. It looks like it's getting about 50 feet flat. One of those was a little bit angled and it went a little bit farther, and I am at an elevation to begin with, but high hopes for the Twisted Spinner, and I feel like this one fell short. If I have to recommend a blaster from this line, it's the Rapid Madness if you want to go for high rate of fire, and it's probably the cheapest blaster, the Far Shot, if you just want a neat way to compete with BOOMco blaster technology. It's got the dart storage in the handle, it's simple, it's got a slide, and maybe I'm just a Maverick enthusiast at heart, but it's hard to beat this simple one-shot blaster. Anyway, the Twisted Spinner I feel is kind of a bust. If you feel like you could make this blaster work, or if you just really want a revolver in your BOOMco blasting, then go ahead and give it a shot. Let me know how it worked out for you in the comments section below, but as always guys, thanks for watching.